Hey there, friend. It's Lexi and Yappy, and I want to get into navigating friendships from my age group as a senior. We had a little conversation in the chat today, in the live chat, and my daughter's dealing with a situation, and I thought this would be a good topic for my age group, but it also concerns any age group. So grab a snack and come on back. Friend. So I wanted to talk about navigating friendships in your 60s or your 20s, 30s, teens, whatever age you are, right? Because navigating difficult friendships can be challenging at any age, But for senior citizens, it can carry additional complexities. You know, it can carry difficult complexities, or additional complexities rather, due to longer histories, shared experiences, and a smaller immediate social circle. Because as we get older, our circle gets smaller. You know, it gets very small. And so here's some points that I wanted to go over. And the first one is the importance of friendship in later life. And this could go with any age, I think, as well. You know, you can tailor it to you, but I'm just speaking from my point of view right now. And, you know, we acknowledge the value, right? The value of our friendships. Like, we start by emphasizing how crucial friendships are for our mental, emotional, and even our physical well-being. You know, it's really important as we age to have that connection, that close connection with somebody that you love, somebody that you trust. And to combat loneliness, because a lot of us now, that's a big epidemic now in the country, is loneliness. It's a big epidemic, And we want to provide support and stimulate the mind and contribute to a sense of purpose, right? A sense of purpose. And I know that my purpose for me is I'm that caregiver friend. I'm the nurturer friend. I'm the one that everybody comes to for advice or to ask questions. That's like my role, right? That's like my role. And I cherish that with my nearest and my dearest, my oldest friends. I cherish that connection. I really do. And another importance of friendship too is it's a unique role for seniors, for my age group, a unique role. Basically, for seniors, friends can be like a vital source of connection, like I just said, like connection for us, especially if family is distant or no longer around. And for me, my family's no longer around. My mommy died 4 years ago. She's not here. And when my mother passed, everybody scattered away. Everybody went in their own direction. I have an older sister and brother who are not my mother's biological children, but my father's biological children. And I speak to them on the regular, and we talk every week. I try to keep in touch with them, but they live in different states, and none of us are close to each other. I have a sister in the Midwest. I have a brother East Coast, and then here I am here in North Carolina. So we're not close like that, right? And as far as my cousins and everything, they're not here for me at all, at all. So friendships for me are vital. And when I meet somebody new, especially, I thought I would never, ever meet anybody in my 60s. And Spirit said, ha! I got news for you, sister. And I have met so many dynamic friendships that I have curated in my 60s. Beautiful friendships that I'm so grateful for. And so, you know, when we meet somebody, we get so attached to them, right? And I know for me, one of those reasons is because I don't have family around. I just have my daughter. It's just Zoe and I, basically. It's just us two. Us against the world, basically. So I cherish my friendships. And those friendships share a similar life stage, right? They understand the unique challenges, the unique challenges that we go through every day as senior citizens, right? And they can offer a sense of camaraderie. Camaraderie. When you have that friend who is there for you no matter what, and that friend who can just offer up all the camaraderie, I mean, that just makes me smile, just makes my heart happy every day. To want to talk to them every day, be around them every day, all of that. All of that. And, you know, when we identify a difficult friendship, what does difficult mean? What does that mean, actually? And we can define that, what constitutes a difficult friendship. It isn't just about the occasional, like, disagreements, but it could include constant, and I have my notes, as you all know, constant negativity or complaining and energy draining. And I have a few of those friends that always complain, they drain my energy, and it's like, you know, you have those energy vampires. You do. We all have them. There's one person that we can say in our friend group that is the complainer, the whiner, the one that when the phone rings, you're like, ugh. Like, oh, dear God, give me strength, right? Give me strength. Then you have the person who lacks that reciprocity. The person who, you know, is always giving but never receiving. So you have that. Like, I would say I'm usually a giver, I don't consider this part about friendship for me, but like with my family, I'm always the one that calls. I'm always the one. They don't ever call me. You know, they don't. The ones who I haven't talked to since my mother passed, or at least I haven't talked to for the last year maybe or two, and it's going on like getting ready to go on 3 years, or none of the ones, nobody wished me a happy 60th birthday last year. You know, I turned 60 without my mother. Not one of them said, happy birthday, Lex, or any of that. You know, none of them did. My aunt did, because she always does. My one aunt who's left, my beautiful Marie Morales, she always, you know, she's just fabulous, and I'm so grateful for her. But she has a daughter who's my very first cousin, my first best friend in this whole world, who I haven't spoken to in almost 20 years because she couldn't be bothered. She doesn't speak to me anymore for whatever reason. I have no idea. I know nothing about it, you know, and I don't go and chase that. When somebody's done with you, I take that as a sign that they're just done, and I'm done, you know, and I pray that, God forbid, something happens to my aunt, that she will contact me and say something, or that her son, my nephew, will contact me, but I doubt it. Honestly, these are the people who sent me a text message when my mother passed away, and my mother being her only aunt, instead of calling me and saying, Lex, I'm so sorry, oh my God, you think that would have brought us together? No, it didn't. So that's difficult, right? That's very difficult. And that's a family and friend in one. And then we have disrespect or criticism, like being put down or judged by a friend. I know that I have somebody who's going through that right now, you know, somebody very dear and near to me. And it's like, what? You know, when you're there for that person, you're the one always giving and always doing and always helping and everything. And then that person flips the script on you, like flips the script. What's that about? What is that about? Envy or competition, which is something that I'm going through right now because I'm building my channel. I have over 1,100 subs on my channel. Get it, get it, get it, get it. And then you have people in this community who are jealous because now I'm growing. I've got over 1,000 subs and they're still at 200. So they come into the live stream and they say nasty things, or, you know, all of the people who I have shared with them, now they want to be like this with, and those people don't even talk to me anymore or comment on my posts or do anything anymore. And I know there's something being said, right, behind the scenes. But why be jealous? We're all here to build each other up. I'm all about that. I'm not about gatekeeping or anything. I'm all about building everybody up. And one of my dear besties is the one that said, do this, Lex, you can do it. She's like, go live every day. Challenge yourself for 1 month, for this month of June. And I said, okay. And I started that on June 1st. And now we are here. We did our last Saturday in June live today. Today, the last Saturday of June today. And it was magnificent. And I have gained over 900 subscribers. Over. And these people that have been on YouTube longer than me, right, who don't work and can do the same thing that I'm doing, they're so busy chatting in people's ears and, ooh, she's this and that. I haven't paid for any subscribers. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Do you? If that's what you want to do you, boo. But I'm working my ass off here doing this, growing my channel with the beautiful young people who surround me and who give me that good energy and who love me because I speak to them. I see them. I love them. I'm proud of them. And I talk to them every single day. Every single day. They ask me, they send me messages on Instagram and all that. Are you going live tomorrow? Oh, I'm so sorry, Lexi. We couldn't come to your live. I had to do this and I had to do that. The most precious. But then, we have the jealousy of people who are 60 years old. Like, what is that about? And you would think that wouldn't happen. Oh, but it does. Then there's a violation of boundaries. That's our next one. A violation of boundaries, right? Where people don't respect your space. They don't respect your decisions. Like that person did not respect my space here on YouTube at all. Anytime they ask me anything, I give them information. So why would you be nasty to the people in my chat? Not even to me, to the people in my chat. And then you do your exit and go, and I don't hear from you for days. And then you'll be coming back talking about, oh, I need to talk to you. It's just a bunch of BS. And when we get older, I know for me, the sexagenarian Leo queen that I am, okay? I don't have time for BS, and I don't have time. I'm not an ass kisser. I never have been. I'm not phony. I have never been that person. I'm a genuine, raw, and honest me. I tell you like it is. I wear my heart on my sleeve. If you all have been with me since the beginning, you know that I am so vulnerable here in this place. I have cried here in the live streams because people have just done so much for me here. And to have somebody come into your space who knows that and who I thought was like a friend, and to do something like that is not right. The disrespect of my space, and of the decisions that I made. I made the decision to go live every day. It was suggested to me, but I'm the one that made the decision to do it. And I'm doing it, and I'm kicking ass doing it. I have gained the lowest amount of subscribers I have gotten a day is 10. The highest amount I've gotten is over 200 in one live stream, right? And now with YouTube, every day when you get subscribers and I do it, I always lose like maybe 2. Some days I don't. Sometimes I lose 2. Sometimes I gain more after. So that always happens. So I always like to build and build and build and build and build, because you don't want those numbers to dwindle down. I don't. I work too hard at this. And I know that I'm a good, kind, generous person. So for somebody to take advantage of that, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And then you have our next point, the manipulation or control. Feeling pressured or used. And I have felt so used by people in this space. You would just be surprised at the usurious people in this space. The people who want to dump all their shit on you and do all of that and don't give a damn about you. And then when you put them in their place and you say something about it, now they're harping on to try to get friends, your friends. They're trying to become friends with the people that you're close to get those people not to talk to you anymore. And all the craziness, the soap opera Oprah show that goes on, that's a whole nother Oprah show that goes on here. And it's ridiculous. And it's like, you're a grown-ass woman, stop doing that. Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it. And, self-reflection is also key. It's also key for friendships. So key for friendships. I mean, encourage each other. You know, encourage each other to honestly assess how friendship makes them feel. How does friendship make you feel? Put it in the comments. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when one of these things a friend has done to you who was so close to you? Like one of my young ladies this morning, I felt so bad for her because she's like, her best friend wanted to take a break. And she's like, I don't understand. That's my friend. And I says, you know what? They probably need a break and we have to respect that. But this is time for you now to learn about yourself and to meet other people and make new friends. And if this friendship is meant to last, then it'll come back. And if it's not, then that was the season finale and it's over. And it's over, and that's okay. We do have friendships that are for a season and a reason. And I have said that and said that and said that on this channel. For a season and a reason. There will be a season finale for all of us. Sometimes it just happens sooner than later. In our friendships. I have my friends that I have had since I was 6 years old in the Virgin Islands. And then I have friends who I met them and we were friends for like 10 years and then they decided they didn't want to be friends with me because I liked somebody else and they couldn't manipulate me or they couldn't use me anymore. So there's that, and that's okay because that wasn't the friendship or the relationship that was meant for you. A friendship is somebody who helps you grow and helps you conquer things. Somebody who just loves you and tells you like it is. Not somebody who just wants and wants and wants or takes from you and does nothing in return. That's not a friendship. That's not a friendship. And you always want to have, you know, there are strategies too for navigating, right? Like have that open communication. Open communication, you know, have a direct, calm discussion about things that are going on. Have a discussion. For me, my discussion is on YouTube because I tell it like it is here and I don't bite my tongue. And when you see my videos, what I say and what my bestie and we used to always say, you're so vain. If you think this song is about you, it probably is. Right. So if you think it's about you, it probably is. I haven't mentioned any names or said a word. But if you think it's about you, then you need to do some homework. You need to do some work. Be realistic and acknowledge that long-standing patterns might be hard to change. They might be hard to change. You know, they might very well be hard to change. But if it's something that's not serving you anymore, then the season finale has come and you got to let it go. You got to let that friendship go. You have to let it go. And then there's also setting clear boundaries, which is paramount. Paramount. And if you go and watch the live that Ange Roots and Waves did with me on June 1st, and you'll see that thumbnail. I'll try to pop it up here somewhere. Go and watch that. It's all about boundaries and letting them. It's all about the Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins, and the Book of Boundaries, Melissa Urban. Go and watch that live stream. And I think you might learn a few things. Go and watch it. Go and watch that. And there's also like gradual distancing, right? Where if direct communication just isn't feasible, doesn't work at all, it doesn't work at all, then maybe a slow fade is an option. And a slow fade and just fade away. Just go off into the sunset. Do your Irish goodbye and be gone. And when that person realizes that and they come back and they say, well, no, beloved, this friendship wasn't working for me. I tried to talk to you. I tried to do all these different things and it wasn't working and you weren't receptive. So I had to go. And that's all there is to it. You don't owe anybody an explanation. No is a complete sentence. Remember that even when it comes to friendship. No is a complete sentence. And prioritize, always prioritize your well-being. Always prioritize your well-being. You know, remind them that peace and happiness are valuable. So if you have a friend that's going through something and you're going through something, maybe it's not the two of you together, but maybe it's with another friend or a loved one or something, just remind them that their peace their peace and their happiness are valuable above all else. Above all else. If a friendship or anything that I have is making me so upset and everything, then I gotta go. And if we can come back together, maybe we can. I mean, I've had some instances here where people have just said, F you, Lexi, and just went on about their business. And that's fine too. Because don't expect Lexi to be here when you get back. Don't. You know, don't. And it's just like, what? And so much of that goes on. And I'm talking about people who I have known for years. For years. And everything is fine. And then all of a sudden it's like, I call them, they don't answer, they don't return my calls, they don't call me anymore. What is that about? Right? What is that about? So then it's time to just break away and seek support from others. Talk to a trusted friend or a family member when you're having a difficulty. That's what my daughter did yesterday. She spoke to her bestie's family member who they all work together and was like, I don't understand. I value this friendship. What was that about? And this is supposed to be her best friend. And that person was so good because she says, I wasn't there at the time, so I can't really be objective because I don't know what happened. But she told my daughter, she said, if you value this friendship, then just talk to each other. And that was such good advice. And I loved that she did that. She didn't get in the middle. She didn't say, well, this, and da-da-da. No. She just said, if you value the friendship, talk to each other, which my daughter did. And it didn't go over well. And my daughter's really frustrated. And, when you have friendships, especially when the age is a vast difference, like my daughter has a vast age difference than her bestie. My daughter's a lot older than her. And so there's that too. There's that maturity thing that goes on. Because my daughter's 27. She's over 25. She's almost 30 years old. She's getting ready to be 27 and a half. She's like, listen, I don't have time for the BS. And that's right. You don't. Not when you try. You put so much of yourself forward. And then things just happen, right? We're having a thunderstorm right now. And things just happen. And people just don't want to give. When you go out of your way to say, listen, what's going on? What was wrong with you today? What was the disagreement? What is this? What is that? And that person just said, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to think. Then it's time to just squelch that. It's time to go with that. I don't have time for that. If you and I are friends like this, and my besties know that, we can get through anything. I mean, I have cussed some of my besties out before because they have gotten on my last nerve. But we have gotten through that because don't push my buttons. And you know that about me. Don't do that. You know that about me. Don't try to control me. I'm a grown-ass woman. Just like you. I don't need you to control me. I know. I got this. I've gotten myself to this point all this time. I got this. So sometimes you have to put your friends in their place. And then they're like, I'm sorry, I know. Yes. Yeah. And you always want to focus on positive relationships. Actively nurture your friendships, especially the ones that bring you joy. Actively nurture those. And invest the time and energy into people who uplift you, into the people that uplift you and make you smile every day when they say something kind or do something generous to you. Surround yourself with those people. Those are the real ones. Surround yourself with those people, not with the acquaintances that you think are your friends and they're not really your friends. They're not. That'll be a whole another discussion. And I just, there's so much to go with this. Let me do maybe one more point, which is making new connections if needed. Like I said to my young friend today in the live chat, make new connections. If your friend wants to take a break from you and this is your bestie, and you all are teens, I can't even imagine navigating that situation. When I was a teenager, I had the bestest friends in the world and they are still my friends to this day. Still my friends to this day. And we don't have to talk to each other for months, but as soon as we get to each other, it's like we've never missed a beat. Those are my friends, and those are the kind of people you need to surround yourself with. Friends who are there for you, but they also have their own lives and their own things going on, but when you need them, they're there. They are there without a doubt. When I needed these friends, when I lost my job, I had nothing. These friends literally put food on my table, took care of my daughter's school supplies, took care of my mom's medicine, took care of everything for me. These people did that for me. Yes. Those are the friendships and the people you want around in you, not the friendships who count everything you do and don't count and or you didn't do this and that, tit for tat and all that kind of stuff. Those are not your friends. Those are not your friends. And if they need a break, then move on. Move on with your life. It's going to hurt because it's like a grieving process. I've been through that so many times. It's a grieving process because you miss them and you feel abandoned. You feel that abandonment, but you know what? You're strong, beloved, and you could go out there and make new friends. And maybe you will find the bestest friend of your life. Give that a chance. And if that other person comes back and it's meant to be, then so be it. But at least you have made other connections, and you don't just need that one friend. You will have other connections, strong connections. Strong connections. So I just hope that this discussion, really helped you in our navigating of difficult friendships as we get older. For me, it's in my senior time because I'm that crone chick. So it's the senior friendships for me. But I hope that something resonated with you here. And if not, it will with someone else. But I hope that you've never felt abandoned and you've never lost a friend or any of that. But for most of us, that's not the case. So I hope that this resonated with somebody. So I got to get out of here. I got things to do. But I want to say thank you for over 1,100 subscribers. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. And I will see you and catch you on the flip side. Love you plenty, friend.